Hey everyone, I'm Coach Trevor, and in today's video, we are going to be diving into what I eat as a fitness coach to stay healthy and energized each and every day. So without further ado, let's hop into it. As a fitness coach, my goal is to help others achieve theirs. And one key part in doing so is leading by example with my nutrition and my fitness lifestyle. So whether you're looking for inspiration for your own healthy eating journey or simply curious about what's fueling mine, today we're going to be diving into it. But before the food hits my carriage, how I select my options is a piece of the puzzle that can't be overlooked. So that being said, let's first talk about labels. The main factors I look at when buying foods are sugars, saturated fats, sodium, cholesterol, and calories. And regardless of how healthy the food I purchase is, I still check those labels. Food companies have become expert marketers at making their products look healthy. However, a different story can often be told when diving into what's included on the product label. This is why checking those labels is a good idea regardless of the foods you buy. For example, this is a prepackaged sandwich I picked up from my local grocery store just yesterday. And at first glance, when you're picking something up quick, this may not look like a bad option. You grab by, it's got some lettuce, it has some cheese, some turkey. Not too bad, right? But if we flip it around and check out our labels, not only does it contain 9 grams of saturated fat, but it has over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is past halfway of the recommended daily intake. Now, it's true that this has a recommended serving size of 3, but when we take into account that this is the same size of a Subway footlong, the chances of you splitting this into 3 is quite slim. So this just goes to prove that it's important to check those labels regardless of the food you're buying. Sugar can find its way into just about every food you eat. And going over the daily limit of 25 grams for females or 36 grams for males is no challenging task. Remember though, that even healthy foods like fruits and other vegetables that you're eating every day do contain natural sugars. Sugar plays a healthy role in your energy levels and is necessary for daily function. But when looking at your food labels, the added sugar section is what we're trying to cut back on. This section is the sugar that's added to the product by the manufacturer and is not natural in that food. When looking at the fat section of your food, remember there are natural and unnatural fats, just like how we mentioned with sugar. Saturated and trans fats are fats you'll want to try and limit as best you can. You're going to be doing well if a food you eat has 2.5 grams or less of saturated fats. Trans fats, on the other hand, are one fat you're going to try to avoid altogether if possible. If consumed in large quantities, these two fats can lead to health problems like cardiovascular disease, plaque buildup in the arteries, and other deadly conditions. Polyunsaturated fats and monounsaturated fats, in contrast, have proven positive effects such as heart health and brain development. A key to look out for here is saturated versus unsaturated. Whether it's good for you or not is all in the name. Unsaturated being okay, and saturated not so much. The 2020-2025 dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that we consume less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium each day as part of a healthy eating pattern. However, it's estimated that 90% of us are already consuming too much sodium. Too much sodium has been linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. Embracing a low sodium diet is something I've personally adopted, as a medication I'm taking is currently pushing me past halfway of my daily recommended intake. Now, this is an outside factor that I can't control, but I need to remember and ensure is accounted for when I'm buying my food. Now, if you've ever experienced feelings of extreme bloating, unexpected weight gain, or swelling in the hands and ankles, this is a symptom that could potentially come from a high sodium intake. Cholesterol is a waxy substance produced in the livers of animals and humans alike. Dietary cholesterol is the cholesterol found in animal food products. It's recommended that you eat no more than 300 milligrams per day. That said, your body produces all the cholesterol you need. But now that we've reviewed key labels to look out for, how about serving sizes? If a food is on the line of being unhealthy and the serving size is smaller than the amount you plan on eating in one sitting, it's a smart option to opt to find a healthier option. Eating the recommended serving size of your foods is a great idea. Following the serving size doesn't mean you have to eat less food, but instead it could mean adding more variety to the foods you are eating. Remember that if you eat anything more than the recommended serving size, the food label percentages will also increase by that same amount. As a pretty picky eater myself, it's been tough to find foods I enjoy while still being healthy. Admittedly, my plates could use a bit more variety, but what I lack in variety, I make up for in convenience and quick to prepare options that keep me healthy and energized. As a quick disclaimer, please understand that these are not the end-all be-all of healthy options you could eat. When thinking of healthy foods to buy, you also need to consider the probability of you sticking to your regimen. I could deprive myself of everything I enjoy, but I know I couldn't sustain that in the long run, and that's simply not necessary for the goals I'm trying to achieve. Please do not use my list as your required foundation, but rather use this as a glimpse into what works for me and a possible idea sparker for yourself. Starting off with breakfast being one of my most large meals of the day, starting between 8 and 10 a.m., we have the Quaker's Protein Plus Instant Oatmeal. This oatmeal tastes great, it's low in saturated fat and calories, and while it does have more sugar than a plain option, as I mentioned before, I'm not entirely sacrificing taste for the label. I'm mindful of the sugar and stay under my daily limit. As a bonus, I add my PB2 peanut butter. It's powdered peanut butter for an extra taste and a protein boost to boot. And this is just a scoop. You add it in and it mixes great either with some milk or some water. Now my second pick is the Cashews Organic Warm Cinnamon Cereal. A staple to breakfast is cereal. This one took me a long time to decide on in the supermarket. A lot of those health conscious or protein plus brands, if you look at the labels again, they could be comparable to Fruit Loops in one way or another. As I mentioned before, marketers have you believe that it's as long as the cereal has a bunch of protein, it's healthy, but that's not the case. Consider me somewhat shocked at the healthier options in the cereal aisle were not that healthy. Now this cereal may not light up your taste buds, but it's a low sodium option, a low sugar and carb option, and has 0 saturated fats. But once again, with any option, it's important to look at the serving size. This serving size is about 1 cup, and that is a serving size that I follow when having the cereal in the morning. Now, last but not least, for a quick option for breakfast is an English muffin with peanut butter. Now, I actually adjusted this option one day in the supermarket. I was looking for my English muffins and they were out of the added protein English muffin slices. So as I was looking for other options, I bizarrely found out that Martin's maple sugar or brown sugar was actually healthier and more protein packed than my previous choice. And not only that, but they tasted a lot better. These slices contain no saturated fat and are low in sodium. And I add Nature's Promise organic peanut butter, which is a great source of healthy fats and even more muscle building, muscle promoting protein to the mix. So another great option for breakfast in the morning. Now up next, and my second in line for the largest meals, is a lunch. And that's usually around noon to 3 p.m. And getting things started is the Light and Fit Vibrant Vanilla or really any flavored yogurt. Now, this yogurt is an excellent option for those who want a healthy yogurt without having to settling for a plain option. This yogurt has no fat, is low in sodium, and is also a good source of protein. Now, they come in different packs, like a 4-pack. This is a larger pack that you could add different granola in it if you wanted to. I kind of just end up eating right out of here just the yogurt because it tastes great. But again, you could find several different options, but tastes great and is a great option as far as protein goes. Now, on the topic of protein is the Premier Protein powder. Now, any shake you like will suffice, but this option has worked for me and their label looks just right. And like I said before, check the labels before you buy. With tons of protein, all around low in everything else, and only 1 gram of added sugar. You can't beat it. And for added flavor occasionally, just like with the oatmeal, I'll add in the PB2 peanut butter, all blended up with some low-fat milk. Not only is it filling, but all in all, you're adding up with the protein, it's about 30 to 40 grams of protein just for a small little shake. Now, last but not least is a fruit or veggie mix. Now, weekly, I'll try to get a good mix of bananas, cucumbers, avocados, sweet potatoes. I love my sweet potatoes. And you could either blend that into other meals or have it on a snack as its own to help keep with a diet rich in fruit and vegetables. Comes with a host of health benefits, from lowered blood pressure, reducing the risk of heart disease and stroke, and even preventing some types of cancer. Don't forget to add these tasty picks to the cart on your next shopping run. Now, definitely the smallest meal of the day, dinner, for me usually happens between 6 and 8 p.m. And to start things off, Taylor Farms Southwest Salad Kit. Now, as someone who traditionally eats Caesar salads, this is definitely a nice change in taste with some extra flavor with beans without sacrificing healthy labels that salad carries. Generally, I lean on the lighter side when it comes to dressing, as for any dressing or sauce usually has the most calorie-dense part of the salad. A little dressing can still go a long way. Now, this salad is low in calories, low in saturated fats, and also packs some great protein. Now, up next is brown rice. Now, not the most exciting food on the list, but one that is easy to add to other meals and an excellent fiber source. Now, fiber helps regulate the body's use of sugar, helping to keep hunger and blood sugar in check. Brown rice is also a complex carbohydrate, providing essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Now, this one in particular just comes with the rice, but they also make much easier options that you just boil the bag, put it in, and the bag's a lot easier to take right out of the pan, cut the bag, and just pour it out, and it's ready to go. So this one is a little bit more challenging to do if you're low preparation like I'm going for, but any brown rice, as long as, again, you check those labels, they'll get the job done. Now, last but not least on my list is Kevin's Natural Foods Cilantro Lime Chicken. Now, this food is the highest in sodium on my list, and therefore I don't eat it every day, and I pay close attention to eating the recommended serving size. Now, you may be asking, why don't you just get a better option? Well, convenience and taste is my answer. Kevin's Chicken is a great happy medium that I'm comfortable with allowing myself. And you may have a few of those in your foods as well. But besides that, this chicken is low in saturated fat and contains a ton of protein in a small amount, making it perfect for a quick heat up option. So team, now that you've seen some of my daily menu options, it's time to create your own. Remember that regardless of what the front of the box claims, looking at labels will be a game changer. Companies are in the business of marketing first, not necessarily health. So just because something says healthy doesn't mean it is. As healthy eaters, we must check those labels and choose our foods wisely. While this list may seem strict, remember to grant yourself some breathing room. We are all human, and a healthy eating lifestyle is only realistic if it's sustainable in the long run. Start slow and reward yourself occasionally with a tasty treat without feeling guilty. As a fitness coach, my dietary choices contribute significantly to maintaining a healthy and balanced lifestyle. By incorporating nutrient-rich foods, plenty of protein, and various fruits and vegetables into my daily meals, I ensure optimal performance and fuel my body for success. Remember, your diet is as important as your exercise routine for achieving and maintaining your overall fitness and well-being. So whether you're a fitness enthusiast or looking to adopt a healthier lifestyle, nutrition is a piece of the puzzle that can't be overlooked. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Coach Trevor, and as always, we'll see you guys next time.